Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to our Q&A, Photigy Q&A on Thursdays. I am Alex Koloskov, your host. Sorry for last, dropout, absence of me showing up. Unfortunately, it happened, so I apologize for this. And today we're going to, I'm going to review everything that you have submitted since 2 weeks ago. How you doing, guys? Hello, hi, I'm John, Carol, Joseph, Alisa. Wow, glad to see you guys. Awesome. We're almost ready. Let me switch to this view. Yep. So looks about right. Let's do this. Okay. So, do you hear me well? Yes. Oh, thank you for giving me. The good thing, my girls got driver's permit. Well, not driver's, or how you call it? It's learning permit. So they can now they can drive cars with me next to them for next 6 months, and then, boom, freedom. I mean, we don't need to drive them all the way. I mean, every time, school and everything, every day, a few times. 2 girls. You know how it is in America, where there is no public transportation. In my childhood it was quite different. We don't need parents to go to any after-school activity in even school. Here it's like everything you need to drive them. Crazy. Anyway, yep. Thank you. Let's start talking. So we covered this, and I think the first from Talifer. Learning, trying, testing, and we got this. This is good. You don't have, unfortunately, a behind the scene. It's okay. The shot is good. I don't have actually much to say about it because that's technically done well, and we have another bottle of bourbon to talk about, and I wish that bourbon would have this glow that you got. So very nice gradient on one side, some glow like a refraction of the light coming through the bottle on another side, and it's awesome. The only thing that looks a little bit kind of not realistic here is that the left side of this bottle looks a little bit almost like it's it's sweating, it's covered with moisture, or almost like it's matte, but it's not, right? It's glossy. And why this happened? The gradient is nice. Gradient is very nice, even though it's not uniform. There is quite visible bright parts and darker. Then again, it kind of keep going. So it's not perfect, but it's still really good gradient. But somehow it look not glossy. I think because it still lacks this sharp cutoff line. The edge, the very edge, it's slightly, this is the only reason, it's slightly blurry, and it doesn't look like it's really a glossy surface, because a glossy surface gives us that look. But it's very minor because it looks good. And I don't think it's a big issue for this bottle. So, Talifer, well done. When you'll be shooting for portfolio, it may be a good idea to take away all this, the cover on the top. At least, how you call it, this specific label, I think it's government issued, maybe not. We have sometimes, that label. We take it away because it doesn't look good. Again, it's up to you, depending on the requirements. So, good. Let's move forward. Yeah, I wish I would see lighting setup. It's always a little bit more to talk about. You didn't supply it. Paul, okay. So we have improvement version from the previous critique, right? And I like this one better. Okay. Yes, it's slightly brighter. It also has a spot, and this is a definitely winner for me between this and that. This looks amazingly well. Okay, it's a little bit brighter gemstones, and it looks good on the brighter background. I don't think there is anything that I really can, tell you to improve. Not sure about this little thingy, but if you like it, that's okay. It's kind of, it's sticking there at the bottom. A little bit unusual. Without it, it may be, well, it's up to you. That's it. Whatever. So, good work, Paul. This is, I don't have anything to add here because it looks good. Check one more time. Yeah. Nice. Next one. So you have this ring, right? We talked about a little bit. I show you how to make it a little bit brighter, and then you made these variations, right? One is darker, one is brighter. Well, honestly, I like this background better. Really, I am not a big fan of this, even though it's kind of cool. But I see less the ring here, just because background is relatively bright. So if you think a bit between two, this one is better. But you know what? I like this because it has more details. This is slightly brighter. And let me see on... okay, so it's on both. So you have this few spots talking about this gemstones on the left, where you have blind spots when it's overexposed. These not the huge deal, but you can always clone. For example, this one looks good in the center, or that one. If you'd have more resolution, basically more details, because it's a little bit blurry. I'm not sure why, but it's blurry. You can always grab it and just clone to blind spots of other gemstones. I'm not going to do this in Photoshop, but you know how to do this. This is normal practice when there are many similar gemstones. One of them looks better than another one. You can always grab some pieces, apply it, and that's fine. Okay. Hello, photo labels, photo bees. Yeah. So it all looks good, but like I said, I like this one the best because the texture, everything matches the subject. It's not distracting. It's just there is some texture. We have a ring, and we have a little bit reflection, shadow from it. So it really looks great. This looks more artificial, and I'm not a big fan of this type of stuff. Okay. But again, nothing wrong with it. So thank you, Paul. It's your jewelry now is really good. I'm glad to see your progress. Very well done. Very. And now I think Mir, is it first time you posting here? So welcome. Unfortunately, you don't have lighting set up. This is final image. Okay, it's cool. It's good. So you like it this way. For example, I am not. I usually don't like that super visible reflection that you have. Basically, it's almost like really mirrored reflection. For this purpose, you probably like it. For this reason, I'm not a big fan. I always, try to put more focus on the real subject, not on its reflection. Reflection is usually I try to dim it down, either in Photoshop or naturally. So it's up to you. The whole in composition looks nice. Again, I would crop it maybe somewhere like that. Okay, and maybe dim down in Photoshop that the reflection on the bottom. What I see here, your lights that you have for the background, this bokeh, I see the threads, right? The wires, basically. I see the wires. It's not big deal. It's okay. But imagine that you would shoot it the way that wires won't be visible. And I know how to do this. You probably know it too. If oh really? I saw. Oh, okay. This is okay. It's actually good. Good catch, Michelle. Good catch. It's okay. We'll talk about why you have this ISO. Yeah, for a second. Okay, maybe this is why, but still. So what I was talking about the wires. If you would, again, I don't see lights stop. I have no idea how you highlighted your glass, because I see some lights on the edge, you know, some reflection. So probably you had some lights around, not only this background light. And these lights highlighted wires. So next time what you can do composite image. You can shoot the subject and then turn off the lights and shoot the bokeh, you know, only. And I don't think it will be any wires of this lighting, you know, Christmas tree lighting will be visible, because it will be only its own lights, and it's not enough to highlight it. Just saying, if you want to try it next time. But this ISO, you know, for your portfolio, it's fine. You can do, nobody will tell, because you can always suppress it in Photoshop and stuff. But this is a little bit too much for commercial work to be, you know, if they need the highest resolution image, and especially before post-production. So my question, why you didn't go to, let's say, 30-second, if needed, the exposure, and ISO, for example, 200. So you can always compensate it with a longer exposure, since this is continuous lighting, right? And it will be a better idea to shoot, let's say, 20-second or whatever at ISO 200 or maybe even 100 than what you did here. For second, ISO 1250. Okay, 1250 just a little bit too much for, you know, for good commercial work. For sport, for example, it's completely fine. For products, clients expect, you know, a completely noise-free image. But again, if you like it this way, it's probably okay, because, you know, all these plugins, they work really well these days, and yeah, camera is getting better. So thank you, Mir. Let's move to next one. Monica, drink hard light. So guys, you supply all this information, you don't supply how you highlight it. It's way better to tell, not the camera and lens and, you know, ISO. It really almost doesn't matter. It's better to tell how you highlighted it. I think it's one light source which is behind. It's almost like, well, it's probably the softbox behind it, right? Almost like a window. And it's okay. It's looks so lonely. Yeah, exactly. What I'm thinking, as Aurora said, like, it's kind of a little bit too lonely. In the middle of this vertical frame, like, you know, to be that lonely, it should be really sexy image of this subject, the glass. Really sexy. Your image, like, it just, you know, like in front of the window almost, right? So to make it more interesting, even with this light, it's cool to prop it. But you probably just trying, so technically it's done well. I have no, you know, nothing to add. Composition can be quite different. Again, would be propping. I would crop it. I would crop it more like a squarish. So I would crop the bottom part. Okay. No reason to see all this. It doesn't look good. So I definitely would crop it somewhere like this, for example. Okay. And the lighting, you know, it's okay. It's simple. It's good to start. So I encourage you to continue. But to make it look more interesting, you need, you know, a little bit more think about how to highlight it. Probably the angle is not the best it's a little bit too high from top. I mean, it's kind of, I don't see any reason that you would shoot at this angle. There is nothing on the table, there is nothing inside, so it's probably will be cooler if you move camera a bit lower. It may be a little bit more interesting refraction, reflection and everything from the glass, from that light which is behind. Glass, usually, especially the glass like this with lots of embossing and stuff, it likes light coming through it from behind because it starts looking like a crystal. So if you lower the camera, it would be a good idea. Okay. What else? Forgot to post photo. Okay, Carol, I can find it there, not a problem. Just remind me, I can find it on the group. Or you can still post here, I'll refresh, you have time. So, Carol, no problem. Alrighty. So, Monica, good start. Keep going and supply lighting setup. Okay, even if it's one light, it's cool to see where you position it, how far away, from this, even though I understand where it is, basically. But please supply, it will help other members and you as well. Okay, Neri. So you tried it simpler with more dramatic shadows, and you got it like this. Here I probably would repeat what I have there. You have to lose, crop, I would get closer. And you see, depth of field is an issue here. It doesn't look good. It's not professional when you have two earrings in this case. One is in focus, next one out of focus. And it's out of focus like it's supposed to be in the focus. It's not, somewhere on foreground, not a part of some propping, because otherwise it could be out of focus. But when it's just, two main subjects, they both should be in focus. Really, and when you crop it closer or move camera closer, it will be even harder to get this depth of field because of the magnification. When magnification gets higher, depth of field shrinks, right? The same aperture, same everything. It's a matter of magnification, how close you get into subject. So maybe, well, let's see, do we have information? F18. Okay, so looks like you need to have, at this angle, you need to do focus stacking. Really, F18 and it's still out of focus. Or move it a little bit. For example, if you would move it closer to the shooting plane, to the focus, focus plane, it's probably will be okay, maybe. Or, in this case, the tilt shift lens or the view camera, it will work perfect. It will just, a little bit, if you can tilt a little bit the lens, both will be in focus. So let's see. Cropped. Yes, you cropped it, but again, this is thing out of focus. It doesn't look good. The resolution should be, well, I understand that this is Facebook, but still, I think resolution could be better. Or maybe, I can tell, it's Facebook. And here, okay, super crop to see details. You have everything there. The lighting is good. It's really super cool. This is like the best representation of these little gemstones that you need to highlight to preserve all the, all the facets, all the edges. You did it really well. It's Paul, look at this. You see, there is no blind spots. They look amazingly good. But what I see here is lack of resolution. It's just blurry, a little bit blurry. And because of this, it doesn't look good. Again, maybe it's compression of Facebook. Maybe it's a lack of, resolution because you didn't shoot it close enough. I am not sure. It's hard to tell. But I want to see a little bit more details here. Okay, I want to focus parking before. Okay, I see. So that's one from the sequence, I guess, right? And this is what? Okay, the shadows. Yeah, not a problem with this. Looks good. And this is your lighting setup. Okay. Diffuse part of the frame. Okay, now I understand. Okay, because I was thinking what is going on. So yeah, lighting setup. Huh. Well, that's even unusual that you got this picture with this lighting setup, because how I would assume you should you take a picture of this. Oh, it's flat. Maybe this is why. So usually, like you cover the frontal area with some diffuser with the hole for the lens, and any gemstone that look for the camera will be highlighted nicely because of the diffuser that you're gonna highlight. Diffuser that covers the camera. Usually it's like this, but in this case it's flat, and you see it's a little bit rotated. So you probably were catching the diffuser that you have around by these little gemstones all the way around, even without covering your camera, which is cool. I mean, good job. Yeah, it's interesting. Was it done with one light or not? Maybe. Nice. Yeah. Like barn door. Yeah. And these are what? Yeah, this is cool. Just crop it, man. Crop it. Yeah, like that. And well, the question why you have these lines on the table, on the background, vertical, almost like straight. I would rotate it, the background, everything diagonally usually looks better. Again, it's your personal taste, but I would make this definitely this pattern. I would rotate it, okay, if I would be you. And the focus, yeah. So good, Neri, good work. Do something with the details, because if you're gonna put it in your portfolio, it still will be web. If it will be this quality, it's not good. So keep in mind that it should be either post-production or shooting or something that we have lots of details. Okay, hello Parag. Greetings from California, and you have this shot, which is actually it's really good. This is good one, and yeah, the way that you shoot it with all this thingy. Yeah, very nice shot. Let's see. Nice. Okay, we got it. So good job. Good job. The final result, I like it. Even though it looks good, I'm asking myself, what if it would be like no paper all around, but more like stones like this, for example? Maybe it will lose this like nice grouping. There is something because of the stones on the paper, or maybe not sure. Just a question for me, because again, I would definitely try, or crop it somewhere this way, but probably no, it's cool. Now I'm trying to make up things because it's nice. I like it. I like your gradients. Finish. This is not, at least it doesn't look glossy. The flask. Maybe it is not. Because if it is, then you need to do something. Yeah, not sure. You need to check yourself. I mean, how glossy it is. You know, glossy enough, or maybe not. So be careful to make sure that it looks correct way. If it's slightly like, you know, eggshell or something, not really super glossy like the cap, then it's fine. Okay. So yeah. Aha. Is this final or this final? By the way, I noticed something. There is little sticking out. You see this very little corner. I would hide it. I mean, not big deal. You see, I didn't even notice it. But it's sticking out too little to be kind of, you know, judged to be there. I would kind of either move to show it a little bit more. It's actually a cool idea to have it a little bit more, or to hide it completely. Okay, and I like these reflections from the brand name. Again, yeah, they're glossy. They should have some dark reflection. They have a little bit, because the idea is that it shouldn't look white. Okay, without these black reflections that are really few, it may look white, which is not good. We need to show that it's glossy at the same as the top. This way it will look nice, right? So to make it glossy, these black reflections could be added there if needed, because it's needed. The shadow. Hi, Erkan. I don't mind the shadow. Shadow is fine. I mean, if you talk about the whole thing, you know, I don't mind the shadow. I really love glossy stuff, you know. The top I like better than the bottom. How to use original shadows? Well, where are they original? Let's see. Is this one? Use okay. Yeah, I know. I like shadows. I don't see any problem. I mean, you can always a little bit kind of clean them, but I don't think it's a big issue. Yeah. So good job. Good. Thank you, Parag. And the next one is from Gulherm. Gulherm. I'm not sure how to pronounce. Sorry, all these names are really for me too foreign. So we have different glasses on such a nice background. We have beautiful lighting for those glasses. Okay. I like the background, the backdrop that you have, the colors. I like this one, even though it's sometimes a little bit too bright. I would kind of try to make it a little bit less brighter. Talking about this roll. What I don't like this color, this kind of bluish at the bottom. I would definitely crop it, but again, it's easy to... Yeah, I would crop it like this. Okay, so... because it's a third color, which we don't need, and it doesn't look nice. The subjects itself looks really nice and clean. I love them. All that gradient, everything. It's super cool, yeah. What if you would shoot it more like a square? And the way that you cropped part of the of these glasses, it can be okay if it's a set of several images of the same subject. Because if we present the product, the way that how you call that handle that goes around your ear looks like, it's important, and you're not showcasing it here. So just keep in mind, I mean, if you would be shooting for client, they probably would love to see the whole thing. Again, it can be just different image, because this kind of it looks good. Yeah, very nice and clean. Okay. So, cool. Flank diffuser. Top light. I'm wondering why you need that much of that top light. That parabolic top light that basically highlighted the this roll. And yeah, I understand we got some lights on top because of this and it looks good. I would try to dim it down. I'm not sure if it's need that much. But it does look like this is big issue. However, it could be better if it's not bright. Otherwise, very nice. Like it. Thank you. Thank you. Let's move to next one. Okay, Sunfire. Sunfire guests, have some splashes for us. And what I can tell you, my dear Sunfire, you catch the splash, you can freeze the action, not an issue. But the issue that it's all too messy. Really, it's really hard to see like a beauty of all these splashes just because it's too messy. Even this liquid looks better because it's just calm. If you drop one thing, it will be nice. But here, it just again, this is what happens when you drop it, right? It's natural, but for this type of splash photography, we do composite image, right? You do all kind of shots, and then you do post-production to put them together. That's what you really need to do. Idea of the flame, I'm not getting it. Sorry, even by colors and everything, why would be the nail polish on fire? I'm not sure. Okay. And this is, it almost look underwater, almost. So it should be nice and clean. Hot red. Okay, I see.
The setup.
Okay. You see, you have picture of nice and clean.
This is amateur.
Now you need to put it all together.
Multi-blitz for rim light. Okay. Hard light. This is 4 pint. Okay, support 4 pint in the water.
Okay. Okay.
Glass, black glass. This is plexiglass. Behind is honeycomb grid with red gel for the circle in the photos. And another one is this Yang 560 free for this part.
Okay,
this
understood.
Part of the
right.
This is a glass that is ray
reflects
reflect in the mark.
Okay. So I got it. Thank you, Sanford, for all the explanation. So, well, this one the closest to be your hero. Again, cleaning, and you really need to get diffusers, larger diffusers, and some soft boxes and some attachments to your speedlights to make it like a spotlight, for example, to put inside the reflector, to put a honeycomb grid, which would be circular. So it will really help you to get better results, because your lighting setup, it's really hard to get something nice when you work with that sharp lights, and you have only one diffuser, and the rest is like really sharp lights, even your mirror and everything, and it's harder. With sharp light, you see more of that mess, basically. All these little droplets under a sharp, especially edge light, the light from behind, they really glowing, and this is why even little droplet, it's really bright. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. In this case, I would hide them if possible. I would use softer light. It's good for your subject. It will be nice gradients instead of all these lines that you have, and liquid will look more smooth. Okay, but you really need to invest it could be do it yourself, but you need to use larger diffusers, okay? And well, it could be bare strip, I mean the speed light, or some sort of like strip box on it, okay, even a little one. So good, especially considering your light and stuff. I mean the gear that you have, but it could be better. So investments is needed. Alrighty, Jack. Hello, Jack. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I remember all these bottles. They're not really flat and they a little bit rounded and. Okay, constructive feedback. Let's try to provide constructive feedback. So, nice. I like it. Maybe crop like that. Just naturally, I want to see a little bit less on the bottom, a little bit more on top, but it's me, because there is something in this as well. But Jack, very good. I don't know. I mean, it's not visible how you got this. Oh, there is a card. So, anyone who's shooting bottles, glasses, think about using this. You see this little card that will make your liquid glowing. It's absolutely beautiful technique, right? You have a light somewhere on the side, it catches reflection and it throw it to the camera, right, through the bottle. It's very, very cool. You see the result, right? It's nice. Okay, yeah. I just love it. So in terms of improvements, what we can improve here? Well, you can clean a little bit more. Since this is final image, I see some dust on the table. Not a biggie, but why not to clean it? Because the image is good for your portfolio, so you can definitely use it. What else? Let me see. Yeah, some cleaning in Photoshop could be done, on these areas that we have some reflections probably around your studio or something. You can make it as smooth, that glass, excuse me, as this vertical line, so, a little bit more Photoshop work. And that's it. I love it. Really love it. It's slightly from the bottom, which is okay. You can use slightly from top, but we see this bottom and it's glowing actually, and it's really cool too. Yeah. Carol said that personally I would probably try to get a gradient on the left side of the bottle and the cap, but it's a personal thing. Yeah, I don't think it can be done on the left. What's interesting effect here, when we have really different angles and the light is the same, I mean light temperature, but you see how this left side look different, especially the wood. Or is it, there is some line which look a little bit strange. This line, I mean, I hope it's the same wood because it looks really different color of the wood, and I think because of the lighting, the reflection, so it started a little bit kind of plain funky. Yes, very nice portfolio piece. So but it's fine. Yeah, left side from the arcade, but it's about angle. This is why it has that kind of look almost like a bluish. Because of that sharp angle that it looks at the camera, we don't see any texture anymore. It looks like because it's not texture, it's actually it's inside. It's, I don't know how you call it. It's sort of like a color, the texture, which is still kind of polished, almost polished. But anyway, it's not a big deal. I mean, this is how it is. This is how it is. Yeah. Same with the glass. You see, the glass starts reflecting the that diffuser reflector, which is fine. Why not? Again, interesting effect. here when the glass, some of the glass has light through the card, the color to that yellow card, right? And it looks yellow. And some is white because it didn't catch the card reflection. Ideal when we have this white thing to be not white, you know. But again, I'm being picky. I don't think it's a big issue here. Nobody will like notice. But if possible, it may be cool, okay, to have the same color of the glass. Yes, very nice, very nice. Thank you, Jack. Okay, Raphael. Hello, Raphael, our top contributor. Okay, what do we have here? I remember this bottle, you have been fighting with it for a while. You have big diffusers and it looks like you even have some card behind, right? I see something. And you know what? It is there, but it didn't glow the way that I would expect. You've seen how it's done on the few previous shots, right? It's really should be glowing. So probably you need more light. Okay, you need more light on that card which is behind to make, first of all, it should be glowing, it should be no texture. And I'm not sure this texture, it's coming from the bottle or from your card that is behind. Because it shouldn't be. What is going on in my... it shouldn't be texture. And as far as I remember, Jack Daniels doesn't have... it's not super polished bottle, but it doesn't have all this kind of thingy. It's probably your reflector. So reflector should be completely flat, glossy. It could be... it's not a foil, but there is a paper. John's, Michael's, in United States, they sell it. It's really like completely mirrored surface, and it's paper. You can cut it any shape. This what you need to use. I don't know what exactly you used here. Yeah, it's not visible. And get more lights. Maybe it's some packaging, right? So it wasn't really flat. It should be really flat, like a mirror. More light on it, and yes, angle. Exactly. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I was like, what is going on here? Yeah, if you just put reflector like this, so hide them. Thank you. It's not really working because you need lots of light to hit first through the bottle, reflect back, right? Guys, 1 second. I need to do something. Okay, I'm back. What I was saying, and Raphael noticed it. So to get that reflector to work, imagine that this is reflector, right? This is your bottle. Camera is there. So you shouldn't put it this way. It's not gonna work. You do it this way, okay? So from the camera view, it's not visible and it kind of covers the whole bottle, right? But you have a light exactly where you guys sitting, which will be reflected at 45 degree or whatever you put it. So the reflected light will come through the bottle and hit directly to the camera. This is, Raphael, how we use those reflectors behind the bottles. The only way that we use it this way. We don't put it that way. I mean, there are exceptions, but in your case, it's not the reason, okay? And you may not even need additional light since you have a diffuser, you have a light behind it. So you just need to choose which side to turn it on, I mean to rotate, to catch that reflected light and throw it to the camera. This is the most important thing. And also, bottle is square on a section, right? It's not visible here, which is okay. But the way that you photograph it completely straight, it gives you issues with these black refractions actually. There is something, because of the ages, we get this type of stuff coming from somewhere. I don't know what it is exactly. If you would rotate your bottle slightly, okay, then it will be easier for you to eliminate it, because I think at the angle it will be easier again to work with the flag that is behind, and to have the bottle without those lines. If you have them, then Photoshop. Otherwise, it's not acceptable. It doesn't look good. Okay. The label looks good here. Label is like, oh, it's a very little bottle, right? 5 cl. Is it like really small bottle? Maybe this. Okay, yeah, this is some sort of little one. Okay, just a tip for you. When we have glass bottle, or glass for drinks or whatever, larger size will look always better because of less details. It's not a gemstone, right? It's relatively rough glass. When it's small, we need to shoot it close enough, and we see all these imperfections way more on the little bottle than on the big one. So, and a proportion actually will be nicer, because the top cap is just huge. I was thinking like, what is going on now? It's 5, probably it's how called 5 what? This Imperial, I still not getting. Anyway, it's probably like 100 milliliters, maybe a little bit more. But you better use another time bigger bottle. Okay. And yeah, clean. Not clean, but there are lots of reflection through it. Yeah, because all the reflectors that you have, they didn't play much role of this. They little bit help you on, with the cap. We see gradient because of this, because you have those big diffusers, and that's it. And okay, we have it here a little bit, but not much. Okay. It's about 1 glass of whiskey. Okay, so it's about 200 milligrams, I guess, right? Bigger bottle. Used normal, half liter or whatever. But good. Thank you. Okay, it's me sitting with some crazy cameras. And so Christopher is working with capacity, I think, on the course when we have this for e-commerce, 360 shooting stuff. You see, it's a little bit jumpy. First thing, then it has lots of hair. Watch shouldn't have any hair. This is okay, sometimes, because it's relatively bigger area. Maybe you need to use smaller diffusers, because kind of it's a bigger areas that reflects everything and blinds the face. Somehow you see it's a little bit jumpy, but otherwise it's nice. Yeah, you don't have lighting setup, unfortunately, so capacity, you can sell it with the capacity subscription to any e-commerce, right? Capacity is working. I'm actually an investor of this company. We invested a long time ago, and they provide the solutions where anyone can install the code on their page and have this, on e-commerce. Rotations, you can always help them, help your client, educate them, say, hey, if you need this 360 stuff, you can use capacity player. It's, I don't know, like $20 per month or whatever. They have some sort of plan for vendors, for e-commerce, and you provide images. So yeah. And with the Pro member, Pro Club, Christopher Pro Club, it's not everything on Photigy, it's only Pro Club tutorials. VIP is everything. So yeah, if you want everything, it's VIP. Alrighty. But actually, good job, yeah. A little bit more stable, so it's not jumpy. And clean it. No hair. Okay, let's move forward. So Monica, it was Monica, right? It was Monica on this one. Okay, now we have from Monica something more serious with the similar lighting setup, I guess. And Monica, what I can tell, similar to that one. It looks okay. By the way, no lighting setup again. Why? Why you don't do it? You supply F8 120. It's really not related. We need to lighten stop next time, please. So it's okay, but on my taste, it's too bright. This whiskey, they look good on something darker because if you shoot it correctly, the content, the whiskey itself, will start glowing, and this nice warm glow, it looks really nice. Here it's basically the 3 dark spots on rather bright image, which I'm not a big fan of this. I don't really enjoy white tables and things like this. They're very specific. They work for specific subjects. I don't think it's work well for whiskey, really. And the cards and everything, you see, they're getting lost. White on white. White card, mostly white. It's getting lost. So on something dark, imagine countertop, maybe it is countertop, right? But some marble or whatever, dark with some reflections on it from glasses. We may not see shadows, but screw shadows, reflections on some nice, slightly textured maybe, or at least with some, texture, which is still on glossy table. It will be texture, right? May look good, may look better. Okay, just a suggestion. Then, thank you so much. My UPS. 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about this. Not sure why. Battery is dying like almost 2 years, every 2 years on big UPS, and I keep replacing them. How it can work only for 2 years, even though it's always on? I mean, there is some very rare use. Anyway, and it's kind of screaming. Dark velvet item. Yes, it's a good idea. Dark velvet, maybe, or basically dark velvet, almost like on pool table, right? It will look nice, and it's story actually. The whiskey, cards, pool table, or even like blackjack table, for example. I understand where you can get it, but if it's it's possible to buy the sort of like a velvet with for the table, for the card play, right? They sell it on Amazon. You can buy it as propping and use and get some really cool image. So the story should be told. This is important, the story. Okay. And for the story, you need to balance all this, bright and dark and everything. So, but thank you, Monica. This is better than the previous one, which is great. It's improvement. Please, next time, lighting setup. Okay, well, okay, zero gravity catapult. Yeah, it's cool. Program engineer, same as me. So yeah, it's a cool project. You've seen, guys, this. It's called zero gravity, when it's a platform that jumps and it automatically triggers the camera to shoot whatever you put on that platform. It suspends on the air. It's amazing, and you can choose actually where camera will take a picture, when it's kind of flying or when it's hitting back. All kind of possibilities. You can check it's called zero gravity on Photigy. So, okay. Hit some barriers at 1/2000 of a second. I see. So 1/2000 of a second, if we talk about t.1 measuring time, the flash duration, t.1. So 10% of the energy or its time. I forgot the whole thing. Anyway, this is correct measurement, t.1. And 1/2000 will work for you for most things. For example, when you use that the table, jumping table, there is time when it's almost stays everything fixed, almost like you can shoot almost like 1/200 of a second and have almost no blur, because it jumps on top, right? And then it's stopping, and then gravity pulls it back. So if you catch it on that area, 1/2000 will be enough for sure. Okay. However, if you have some liquid other stuff that will hit the table after descent, and then it will be whatever may happen, 1/2000 will be not enough for some little particles that will fly really fast. So you need to clean them in Photoshop. Big things usually they don't fly fast, and 1/2000 it's good. Okay, it's good. But not for everything. So you will have some issues, but you can work with it. You can live with it. Okay, this is how I would say. Yeah, liquids. So for liquids, some of the little droplets, you may clean them in Photoshop, clean them out. Big parts like that. Nice. Okay, zero gravity. It's cool. They have AI built in now in. That's not me. I mean, that's me, but it's not me. What is going on? Where is my zero gravity? Yeah, so for shots like you have here as example, right? Like this one. You really need like 1/4000 to get it like this, because this is almost no post-production. We clean it a little bit, but it's really... So what happened here, it jumped, then it hit the table, all these three glasses, and then they jump back, because you see they flying. So it's bounce basically, and when they bounce, they got all this stuff. And even here you can see like little tails on some of them. So even for me it was not enough. It was, like I said, around 1/4000. So you will need to clean all that, and big part will be okay. The only thing that you need to age, but again, you will play, you will see. Yeah, this is cool stuff. And this way it's definitely will work for 1/2000. Yeah. Okie dokie, let's move forward. Alisa, try to use Lightbox for the video, and it's not bad solution. It's not bad. Okay, yeah, I agree. Because for video it's fine. Yeah, we need to build something like this. Okay. Here the focus, the biggest issue, right? Sure. You're welcome. Yeah. Focus is gone. The biggest. I mean, that's one thing. Another thing, you shoot it on a black, and it's black. It's dark. So it's lost. Really, Alisa. I don't think it's good highlight for this subject, for this particular earrings. You need to separate them from background. So on the background, you need to have a spot, something that reflected. If you choose this glossy black background, you know how to do this, right? You just put spot on the vertical background, and then it will be reflected on the table. Then the lighting should be, well, you said box is not bad. But I don't see much. Look at this. Almost trying to say in Russian. You can't have in this setup. You can't have light on a side. I mean, and only this light that hits through this little hole. It's sharp light. I mean, two lights, but it's still. Yeah, more like on earrings, and not just because we have two spot light sources hitting the gemstone. This is why we have these blinks and these sparkles. Imagine that it will be all in focus. Then it's fine. However, you need a more soft light for the rest to get the shape. And soft light, it's diffuser. You cannot have diffuser on this setup. This is why I don't like this particular one. If you would use the box shooting tent, but with diffusers all the way, not reflectors, not this glossy stuff. But imagine we have a lot of them, right? Just diffusers, thick diffusers, like almost 2 f-stop, 1.5 f-stop. In this case, you can highlight them the way that it will get nice reflection on the metal, because you have this pieces that has very kind of soft and not bright reflection. You see all this, it should be way brighter. LEDs inside the box, okay, again, LEDs are not enough to get this nice diffuser. I mean, the diffused reflected look. It just not working. Because you see this, what I'm saying about, right? This black glossy, whatever, this parts, metal. It should be way nicer gradient on it. Plus, gradient really work well with all these little gemstones. Since this is rotation, it will be parts when they will be kind of highlighted nice, at least one side. And then when you rotate, then this blind reflection from external edges will be gone, and you will see reflections from these sharp lights. So combination will work nice. Okay, and yeah, I don't like this one. I mean this. I mean it will work. And even here, for example, if you'd have some spot on a background, or on a table, or table will be different color, or but black is fine. If it would be brighter, I'm not sure if it's okay. But with that, you have lots of limitations, too many limitations. You can control background normally and stuff. So this is why I'm not a big fan. Okay. And focus, I know what's going on, Alisa, with your focus. It's gone, it's not there. So, work on it. Alrighty, let me refresh, maybe something new came. Here we go. Carol, this is your shot, right? Nice. Yes, Hendrik, you're welcome. Can I mount Hasselblad HD5 back on camera view camera? Yeah, you can mount anything with anything. It's a matter of, a little bit of DUI stuff sometimes. Can find my answer online. Okay, thank you, Hendrik, for your kind words. So, look, when I was making my setup. You know what, Hendrik? Let me review this. It will be last image and then Q&A. Okay, it'll be fine. I'll answer your question. So, Carol, Japanese gyoza, tasty. I love this stuff. Even though I don't eat it because of the lots of carbs, but I love it. No, I eat sometimes. Anyway, okay. Nice. I like it. Okay. Yeah, the atmosphere, all this mood is done really well. I love that it's dark with some areas with highlights. Very nice. Very tasty. Really, I mean, my brain's like click. Even though I had breakfast and look, be careful with these highlights. It's a little bit too much. Again, with this little, it's fine, but be careful. It's better not to have them. Okay. You need to make sure that if needed, you can pull details with Dodge and Burn or any other tool. So it shouldn't be overexposed to completely kill the pixels. This is your main idea. Again, it may be fine. Maybe you do have that information, color information, and I suggest to make it a little bit darker here. But yeah. Nice. Same here. You see, you get closer, you have this piece which is overexposed. Not needed. I mean, it just... This one, left one, looks sexier than the right one. Why? Because it has correct lighting. It is almost overexposed. It's really bright, but not. And we see this glossy, from the fat and stuff. Same here. And crop, maybe a little bit too tight, but again, this is how you like it. It's okay. On shots like this, I would do probably more like a squarish, but again, why not? Yeah, that's true. When you look, your eyes look. I mean, they start choosing what to notice. This is why you need extra pair eyes on a shot, especially on any shot. This is why I always have someone, because I may be just not blind. I mean, do not see some stuff which is important, like I don't know, some piece which shouldn't be there, and so yeah. The lighting stuff is good. This is cool lighting. You see how they look nice when it's not overexposed? A little bit on the dark side, but this is really nice. I love this lighting. Okay. Direct in the dish. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Just a little bit dial down that light. Okay. Okay. So good. Very good. Carol. Solid, good food photography. Portfolio worse. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, back to our Cambo View camera and Hasselblad back. So when I was building my setup, I built it for 35mm camera, and then I had a Leaf, and then I had Hasselblad. Now I have Fuji, medium format, all this, and they require, it's the same view camera. I just have different what I call mounting plate or back plate adapter, right? This is where you mount your back. So you need to find your version of Cambo. Cambo has different versions, and find something like this. For example, this could cost really crazy. Just a plate, $600. Like, wow. Okay. But there are always less expensive solutions, I believe. But it's for actors. So okay, crop social media. Yeah, definitely. So Hendrik, yeah, give me if you want what kind of exactly Cambo view camera. They are different, but you see there is less, at least less expensive. I had something like this. Really, I had it. So then the matter of how you mount this to the plate. 1 second, guys. I need to do something with my nose. It's running nose. Okay, I'm back. I need to check. I may have some, because I sold my Hasselblad, and it's I may have something like this. I'll check. Send me email to admin@photigy.com. I'll see. Maybe I can. I mean, if I have it, I'll check how much I paid to it originally. I can like sell it to you for like 50% of the price or whatever. So any questions, guys? If you have any questions, shoot. Right now it's a good time. If not, we are ready to say goodbye. But you know, do-it-yourself projects are really, really cool. You've seen, I have some on the blog, right? Something Cambo. No. Well, it should be somewhere on the blog. Need to find it. Gear and reviews, maybe here. Yeah, because I remember I was doing all these posts about how to no. Anyway. Yeah, technical camera. Well, maybe technical camera. But I mean, here on Google it will be even more, I'm sure. Yeah, all kind of adapters. I need to sell my Fuji GFX 50. Really, I mean, I don't have any use for it, unfortunately. Paid how much? 6,000 sometime. If I would sell it for at least 3, it has maybe like 800 actuations. I mean, new camera. Anyway. Carol asking about AI plus photography. Did you or someone you know actually made any project using the technique as paid client work? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure that digital backgrounds can be used as a hero shots for clients' work. That's for sure, because we had even the competition and stuff. It's done. I mean, it's just like any digital background. But for clients, you know, there are projects when you AI powered, they can kind of make it studio shots from, let's say, your iPhone shots. So you just shoot with iPhone any product on a table, and then AI kind of puts into some nice propped environment, you know, sort of. But whatever I tried, it looks just like it's not good, because I see that it's AI just clipped out the subject and just put it on that whatever. And if subject, you know, shoot with non-professional lighting, it's not gonna fit there, and it looks crazy, really bad. So I'm not sure. I don't think AI is there yet to kind of almost like a replace photographer. But as an addition, yeah, why not? Especially backgrounds. Backgrounds can be really cool. For clients, it's mostly, we shoot for clients, it's e-commerce, right? So it's white background or, you know, something like that. It's more like for our portfolios, some creative shots. This is where we can use AI generated background. Yeah. Clients ever ask about that? I don't know. I don't know such cases. I don't think clients will ask this. I mean, they don't care how you're gonna take a picture, AI or you, or they need the result. So I don't know. But AI is a big thing. AI, you need to learn. You know, guys, I start using AI on all projects in life, and it just I'm finishing the course. It will be I'll send email to you because I'll try to market it to everyone. It's not only for photographers. It's actually it will be a little bit about photography, about how to use ChatGPT or other large language model AI to work with image generation AIs like Midjourney, because you can utilize two AIs to get some really amazing results. But I mean, everyone needs to know it. It's like using electricity, for example, when they start, making available in the houses. You need to know how to use it, what kind of, stuff to plug in, and same here. AI it's just now it's hype. It will be lower, but it will take all kind of areas in our life. And it's the if you do it right, it's amazing. The result is really amazing. It's a lawyer, it's an advisor, it's a health advisor, it's a coach. I'm making web pages, landing pages with it. I'm making all the texts. I do all kind of database, email database manipulations. It's just crazy. I was the course. Well, probably next week. It's almost finished. I have the database in two different systems, photographers database. One is almost 40,000, one is 60 something, and it's overlapping, and some of them has first name, some of them doesn't have. So I asked AI not just to combine it. It's easy to combine in Excel, right, to a database with different fields, but I need first name, last name, email, basically that's it. I asked it to filter human names, and filter non-human names, because sometimes people put like some zeros, some numbers on the name, and when you send email like hello friend, and when instead of Peter it looks like 002, it doesn't look good. So I ask it to kind of clean it and put customer, for example, instead of not human like name. 1 minute, almost 100,000 records. It gets through it, clean it, put customer, and let me download. 2 minutes total task, completely free. It's crazy. I mean, imagine 100,000 records, and I just ask, okay, filter out non-human names for me. Really, I mean, crazy stuff. And it's just one of the use. Okay, yes, definitely, it will be mailed to everyone. This is why I actually combined the database, because I have old system, new system, and yeah, it will be very simple course. I mean, to enter, because like for beginners. But I tell about this framework of how to work with any, not only ChatGPT, because now it's getting actually not good, but there are different models, language models that are free to use, has all these capabilities of browsing internet. For example, you can ask, hey, critique my landing page. You give URL, it goes there and reads everything, and it tell you, okay, it's better to use this text on this button. It's just amazing, really. It used to cost money, lots of money. Now it's free. Anyway, it will be mail. So stay tuned. If no questions, guys, we are good to go. First of all, thank you for coming and staying with me for this hour and a half almost. I see you next Thursday. I really hope that everything will be fine. And I really apologize that it was even not good time for me to tell you this, that I am not joining last week. So really sorry about this. But have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend. And see you next Thursday. And wait for email about the course. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And goodbye.